This is how you set up an interactive notebook. Now, I teach several grade levels, but I'm going to use my 7th grade book as an example. And we call it interactive because it's not just notes. There are drawings in here, lab sheets, all kinds of activities. So I'm going to show you how I set mine up. And I use a regular composition notebook. The pages don't come out, so that's great about it. The very first page, students can design this any way they want. It's all about me page. They can write anything they want about themselves in there or draw it or leave it blank. Totally up to them. First 4 pages are our table of contents. And so in the table of contents, we set it up with, I use my ruler, set this up so that we have pages on this side. And then we have subject right here. And the date that we did it. I put mine by weeks because that's how I teach. I teach several days during the week, so I just call it week 1, week 2. But students can write in the date that they actually did it. That's totally up to you. So I just write table of contents across all 4 pages. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 pages. This is 7th grade, so we have a lot of work in here. And then on the very next page will be page 1. So from there, you're going to number your pages. Odds go on the left, evens go on the right. So just go 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Just keep numbering your book. Now notice when I write in here, any drawings, they can be anywhere, but usually my drawings, my lab sheets, my activities are on the left and the vocabulary is on the right. That's usual. Just so students know where to find vocabulary. It's extremely important because in science we have lots of unique vocabulary. And so to make sense of it, I have the students write the vocabulary words and the definitions, have them rewrite it, not just copy mine and put it in the book, because rewriting it will help a memory. It takes about 6 to 7 times for them to really read the word and read the definition and really understand it and think about it before it becomes a memory. So make sure that they do this. Then I put anything that's related to the vocabulary here so that it becomes natural to them and they know what the vocabulary means. So if you'll notice on the very first one, I did experiments, demonstrations, and activities. And if we go back to my table of contents, you'll see the very first one is experiments, demonstrations, and activities. I did that on week 2, and it uses pages 1 and 2. So that's how I set up my table of contents. So I'm going to flip forward and just show you a couple other different pages. So you can see I use color pencils because markers bleed through. Crayons can work too, but color pencils seem to work the best for 5th through 8th grade. And then any labs that we do, I copy the labs and I write in the lab sheets, and then I put them into my book by gluing them down. Sometimes they're glued like this. Sometimes they're glued in four quarters, like I fold it over again and put it in if I have more information to put down here on the page. So however I work it here, that's because of how much information I want to get on the page. So as you go through, you'll see a lot of the lab sheets that are in there. The book gets pretty thick at the end. And then here's where we are right now, geologic time, and for 7th grade anyway. I also have other items in here. For example, sometimes I make little pockets and things and put flip books in there, things like that they can remember. This is for 7th grade to learn mitosis and meiosis. And then, of course, the vocabulary is here to support the flip book. So that's how you set up an interactive notebook. Now, sometimes in the back, we put a glossary and an index. That's totally up to you. If that helps you, that's great. If not, don't worry about it. Well, you will have extra pages at the end. So if you do want to put in a glossary or an index, that would be a great thing to do if you like to be organized like that. All right, so that's how to set up an interactive notebook.